Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right, we're done with, actually, let's close that. We're done with it for today. Start with crude this morning. Start time of 9 o'clock. 8 tick range bar, 8-cent momentum bar depending on your platform. 50 seconds after the hour, we get an entry at 78.88. That meanders around the entry, finally goes up, hits money management, which is beyond target 1, so our actionable targets are targets 2 and 3. We do hit those for 15 and 20 ticks respectively. 35 ticks on the mini session and a one and done. So crude is done. Unleaded gas, similar setup, although it didn't get into a trade quite as early. Here's our start at 9 o'clock. Didn't trigger into the short from 902.48. Then we get a long 903.13, 583. That triggers in almost a minute on the next bar, so plenty of time to get in that trade. That goes through targets 1 and 2, so both target 1 and target 2 traders, this is a POQ trade, trails all the way up to target 4. It trails up to 674. And I believe that was target 4. So that's 91 ticks on target 4. Target 1 was 34, and target 2 was 53. So target 2 traders, that's somewhere around a $600 trade. And a one and done session there. So we'll bring the micro NQ chart up. We don't start there until 4 minutes after market open. 8:34 Central. My chart is in Eastern, but exchange time for micro NQ is Central Time US. So currently Central Standard Time. All right, and the market is open. Russell in a quick short trade that was too early. It's just inside of a minute before our start time. YM has a new short, 758. Lots of time to get into that. Soybeans looks like a long trade. 3 seconds after, we had 9 seconds on the bar and it's come back again, so in the trade. You're going to have to go through session open and session high to get to target. pound Aussie in a long trade, and a new short on the micro Russell. There it is, a trigger in. Target 1. That's 1.8. Definitely money management. Stop at 66.6, and there's targets 3 and target 4. So a win on the out of the gate there. Short trade too early so far on the micro NQ. That is a valid get in sync at the moment, and it did trigger in. We can get in sync with that at our start time at 4 minutes after. And we stop out with a small trailer and go long on the micro Russell. There's money management. So the Russell with at least a break even. 67.2 for the trailing stop, for the break even stop. The YM stopping and reversing to long. 64. Stop and reverse would be at, you're going to take the stop to 66. So I would go to 68 for the stop and reverse. You'd key level the stop to 66. So I would have taken it to 68. And unfortunately, that's a full loss. All right, stop, and we reverse back to short on the YM. At our full stop out, we've hit money management and target 1. Micro Russell picks up target 3 and another small trailer. 2 wins and now a short. Short trade set up, not triggered. Still waiting for start time on the micro NQ. Pound Aussie back at the entry. And we are in our session now with a get in sync. I don't think we would have triggered into that, and we go long now on the micro NQ. I would say the short's a no trade. Micro NQ is long, micro Russell is long. Short didn't ever trigger. There's money management, so All right, YM stops out on the trailer. Micro Russell's a break even and then transitions to short. Long on the micro NQ. And did we get far enough? Yep. That's going to be a break-even stop out on the micro Russell. So that's 2 wins and 2 break-evens. Moving the stop intra-bar. Looks like it may go down and calculator will carry it on. All right, full stop out on soybeans, and we pick up a short trade that is coming very close to target 1. That's a get in sync trade at the moment. That is that earlier gray trade. And chases down, becomes valid when we stop out of the long, because we're no longer constrained by the trend indicator, and that hits target, so that trade is off the table. All right, the YM with a long trade, 741. Lots of goings on this morning. We end up stopping out on the micro Russell and now long. We get money management on the micro NQ long, with another chance to get in it. Pound Aussie taking some heat. Actually, did we? Yeah, I just didn't get that moved down. Micro NQ stop at 821 3/4. YM midway to target to money management on its long trade. Long in the micro Russell, long in the micro NQ, long on the YM. So all 3 indices in long trades. Pound Aussie and taking heat. Hopefully we'll find support at the session low. Session low at 212.2. And the micro Russell break even, getting to target 1, stop at 71.2. And break even number 3. That's 5 trades on the Micro Russell, 2 wins, 3 break evens. Yeah, well, another chance at the entry on the YM, and then now back up. Trying to head for money management. Pound Aussie trying to head back for the entry. Micro NQ back at target 1 level again. After challenging the stop. Surviving and now heading, looks like heading higher. Or at least, yep, setting a new session high. Russell index is down considerably, but the Micro NQ is holding up pretty well. It's up almost to 16,000. Pushing through session highs. YM set a session high right around the open this morning. Micro Russell's not anywhere close to highs or lows, it looks like. Yeah, highs up at 82.7, so we're another 12 points from there. The low was like 07, so all 3 indices are up in strong positive territory today. Micro NQ hitting target 2. Nothing happening at target 2. We're looking for targets. Actually, yeah, I'm sorry, Micro NQ. Too many charts on here. Target 2 is a actionable target, so that is winner on trade number 1. Still at the break-even stop. 821 3/4, and there is a stop move up to 838 flat. Up to exactly target 1, and 840 3/4. New long trade on the Micro Russell. Yeah, 9 seconds on the entry bar, so that should be in. And not micro, just the YM picking up target 1, 31 ticks. Trailer at 754. Final trade of the day on the Micro Russell. 6th trade. We're trying to get up to money management there. Need to go 1 tick beyond target 1, so 76.5. There it is. Major key level adjustment. Stop would have been 75.2, but that's a major key. 75 is a major key level, so we come down to 74.9. So we'll still call it a break even if we get stopped out, and it doesn't matter. It's the last trade of the day anyway. Final trade of the trade plan. 2 wins and 3 break evens previously, so definitely going to be a winning session. Short trade on soybeans. 1374 3/4. Trade number 2. And the YM going through target 2 and approaching target 3. And this will be win number 3 for the micro Russell. Target 3 at 77.9, target 4 at 78.7, trailing at 76.2. And we're just stopped out of the micro NQ at 843 1/4. 76.4 for the micro Russell. 764 for the YM. Approaching our entry at the session open on the pound Aussie, and trying to push through the 200 EMA on soybeans. Trying to work down toward target 1, but so far being rejected at the 200. Micro Russell 77.4, 77.9, trailing stop. 769 for the YM stop. Still 779 for the YM. Soybeans back to its entry. Pound Aussie back to its entry. And the micro Russell stopping out at 77.9. That trade plan is complete. 3 wins, 3 break evens this morning. Short trade on the micro NQ. Good morning, Rashid. Good morning, Robert. Sorry, I have been concentrating on the charts this morning, not able to look at the chat very much. A lot of action going on this morning. Starting to slow down a little bit now. 789 for the YM, 799. No, that's the 797 is going to be the next stop, it looks like, if we close above the balance line, and we just did. 797 for the YM stop. I got around 9 minutes before the 10 a.m. crude mini session. And we have tomorrow is going to be a crude inventory report mid session. We have 2 weekly reports coming out tomorrow, so it would be interesting to see what the reaction is, since we did not have an inventory report actually come out last week due to system maintenance. All right, the YM stopped out at 7. Looks like it stopped out at 7.99. Yep. I thought we ended up at 7.97, but apparently not. Oh, no wonder. That's, okay. We stopped out at 803. I was looking at the wrong chart. I was looking at my micro YM chart. All right. Full loss on the micro NQ, transitioning to long now. And pound Aussie trying once again to work through the 200 EMA to get to money management. $250.2 for money management. Soybeans at its entry once again. One win, one loss on the micro NQ. Did we get to target 3 on that last trade? Yes, we did. Picking up target 3, so targets 2 and 3, and a trailer third of the way from target 1 to target 2. So that we should be positive on those 2 trades yet. That should have been enough to get the YM positive. Looks like just missing money management on pound Aussie. Yeah, going to 249.9. Just 3 ticks away from money management. Possible long trade setup would be filtered currently as we're in hybrid mode, since we're in the short with the trend mode going down. Against the trend mode, we would not take the long trade. So we'll stay in the short for the moment. Unable to get through the 200. And oh my, one tick away from money management on the pound Aussie. I would move my stop at that. From one, give it one tick. And it, okay, now, and it finally went through. So definitely move your stop to, stop actually would stay at what would be break even at 234 flat, at 234. Pulling back again to the 200 EMA on the pound Aussie. And another full stop out on the micro NQ. That's going to put us in the negative territory for trade 3. And we did pick up the filtered long setup. Soybeans taking heat. Testing the 50 EMA. That's also a squeeze zone filter, so it's not even if the trend mode indicator goes back blue, indicating up, it's still going to be a filtered trade, at least until the 50 EMA turns upward. The 50 is pinching down toward the 200 at the moment on soybeans. So let's see, we have the pound Aussie, the micro NQ, and soybeans still working. Almost time for our crude mini session in less than a minute. Crude mini session is in play. Get in sync long. All right, triggering into the crude oil trade. Pound Aussie still at the break even. Crude taking a little bit of heat, not much yet. Pushing down through the 20 SMA. See if we find support at either the 20 or level or the 50 EMA. And things are getting quiet now. Tug of war is going on. Soybeans hanging out between the 50 SMA and the 20, or 50 EMA and the 20 SMA. Crude. Looks like a stop and reverse. So we actually have not stopped and reversed yet. So we only got as low as 15, so still in the long trade. Given that 14 is right on the 50 EMA, I think I would push that down to 13. Pound Aussie coming back down toward the entry point, which is our break even, and there it is. Break even stop out. So we lose the spread. And the pound Aussie is flat. Calculator is tracking the crude short, but stop and reverse adjustment plus a key level. Stop and reverse adjustment alone kept us out, but the key level is continuing to keep it out. Stop and reverse plus the original key level, but the chart level around the 50 EMA still also helping keep us out. The original stop and reverse plus key level was enough to keep us out. So soybean still in the short. Still, now this is an interesting. This is an expanding range between those two moving averages at the moment. But at the moment, they're both in the no man's land of our trade. Short on the YM if needed. There's a short on micro NQ. Unadjusted stop and reverse did trigger in, but not adjusted, so we are long. Stop and reverse will stay in place unless we either get a new long trade or we hit the short stop. And we have a new long trade entry right exactly where we were, 79.36. So if we hit the entry for our original trade, we will cancel the stop and reverse. But so far, still with that in play. And there's 36, so the stop and reverse comes off the table. And come back to our original trade. Stop for the new trade is at our stop and reverse entry, adjusted stop and reverse entry of 79.13, so I would leave the stop there in this case. No problem with reducing the risk a little bit, and it's still hidden behind the 50 EMA. Alright, micro NQ with a short trade. Yeah, we're already in that. Hit the stop on the crude shorts. That also would have taken the stop and reverse off. We're looking for money management at 79.55. Still in the original long trade. Alright, soybeans picked up a new long trade. That one is outside of the squeeze zone, and the trend indicator went positive, so that one became a valid trade at 78.25. So money management's at 79.75. Targets 2 and 3 are our primaries. There is our trade. Crude trade continuing to push higher. Coming within just a couple of ticks of money management. Soybeans missing management by 1 tick. Indices kind of going to sleep at 10 o'clock. It's like all three in consolidation a bit. Within 1 tick of money management now. On crude with that intervening trade. Trailer is plotting already, so I probably would tend to at least bring it to break even. Go ahead and use this 37 for a trailing stop at break even +1, or at entry +1 for break even stop. Normally I wouldn't move my stop early, but with that intervening trade in between, since we survived the potential stop and reverse, I will go ahead and, since we missed by just one tick, I'll go ahead and move it. Obviously kind of running out of gas on the and stopping out if you took the adjusted stop. So, break even on trade number one. We'll look for another trade. YM looking like it's trying to work its way higher, pushing the new session highs. Micro Russell hit session highs shortly after 10 o'clock, but then has pulled back off of those, as has the Micro NQ. And we get a money management and a one tick break even on soybeans. Hits money management on the nose and comes back to stop out. Questions or comments this morning? Coming about to the end of the road for today. Regular session tomorrow, crude inventory session at 10:30, regular session at 9:30, and a regular session Thursday morning at 9:30 this week. Next week I will be dark. I'm going to be traveling for Thanksgiving and don't have a real solid internet connection, so I won't be broadcasting this week. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, we're visiting. Linda, my wife and I are visiting friends in Mississippi next week. You be safe as well. Alright, nothing new so far. Still short on the Micro NQ. Bottom center. Micro NQ now getting down to test the 50 EMA. If we can push through this, make at least a break-even trade out of this. And I will also be dark the last half of December. I'm leaving the 18th. Actually, yeah, leaving the 17th, and won't be back till I think it's January 12th or something that I come 12th or 13th that I come back. So I'm dark for almost a month there. Holiday travel coming up. Yes, it is. I wanted to give everybody plenty of warning. Got your message on Discord, Robert. Thank you. I will reply to that. This Friday I'm not available. I have the beginning of a long range match. I've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I will be up about an hour down the road shooting a 1,000-yard match. Yeah, that's something I've been doing for quite a while. New short trade possibility, 227 on the pound Aussie. Small trade, that's going to just targets 3 and 4. So I'd run 3 positions on that trade rather than 5. By our normal rules, you'd pull 3 positions off at target 4. I think I would go allocate just a straight 3 position trade. Targets 3, 4, and trail. You have time some other time this week? Well, it's actually this week is going to be Wednesday is pretty stacked. I could do it Thursday. I've got an evening meeting starting at about 10 minutes till 7 Eastern, but I would be after the, I believe we've got take a look here. Yeah, Thursday looks good. shortly right about noon, or right after Troy's training session from 11 to 12 would be good. All right, long trade on crude oil. And unfortunately, that's loss number 3 on the micro NQ. That ends that session. So the micro Russell and the micro NQ are both done. Soybeans is in a hole. We're in our second trade on crude. Yes, 12 p.m. Eastern, Robert. Or roughly that, depending on how long the mastermind training goes. It's not unusual for that to go a little bit long. And of course, we've got an office hour session for the mastermind training this morning at noon to 1. And crude setting a new session high again by a penny. It's still pushing for that money management level. Second trade of our 10 a.m. mini session. 79.62 for the money management level. All right. One close above the balance line on the pound Aussie. That trade has not triggered in. Nothing new on the soybeans. And back to the entry on crude. Now the indices look like they're continuing their upward progress. All three setting new session highs. All right. Looks like we will cancel the trade on the pound Aussie. This bar will definitely close above the balance line, so that'll be two closes above. And that will cancel the pound Aussie trade. Trying to see if crude will go ahead and resolve itself before calling a morning. Now let's see, that would have been ultimately would have got, if we had not moved our stop, we would have gotten to target 1 on the original long trade. So that would have been a 21 tick target. That looks like it may very well have been the right play. Is leave it alone. Trust the system. There is target 1 this time. Giving us 12 ticks. That's a situation where if I had stayed in the original trade, I would have taken target 2 on that spike. because we missed it by a tick. And that would have been worth 31, 32 ticks. So that would have been 52 ticks ultimately for that original trade. So that would have been the way to go. But hindsight is 2020. I would have the stop at 52 at this point, since we have hit a target. This will be the POQ trade, but the better trade would have been not to move the stop prematurely, and we would have gotten 2 targets, and looks like we may get the full for around 50 ticks net. And that's hung around 68 level. And there's the full target. Going to 69 and finally 70. Full target on the original trade. Looking for target 2 on this trade of 71. Missing it by a tick. Seems like it wants to push up a little bit. But yeah, after it went to 70 again, the next time I'd be out of that. So 12 and call it 19, 31, about 30 ticks. So either way you played it, it was a positive session. And soybeans with a potential long trade. We did cancel definitely cancel the short on the pound Aussie. And looked like we did finally get the 71 target, so 32 ticks. Yeah, 32 ticks there. And things are moving slowly enough. We're already about an hour and 15 minutes in. Hour and 10 minutes or so. And I got an hour and 15 since I opened it up. So I am going to call in the morning and let everybody go about their day. And we will see you tomorrow. Everyone have a good one. See you tomorrow morning at 9:30. You too, Robert.